I need a house, but I'm 25 and poor, so it needs to be the cheapest house. But I live in the richest city in America. So like everyone else, I rent. But there are some major issues with renting. Welcome to my bathroom. And there's actually a big issue with this bathroom that frightens me every single day. And it's mold. I have mold in my house. And it's low-key even embarrassing to show you guys, but it's just, this is like the unfortunate things that comes with renting. I mean, every time I look at this, it just makes me want to scream. But I don't have time to give you guys a full tour, because another bad part about renting is they can kick you out whenever they want. They being the owners. And our lease with the owners ends in 45 days. That's not a lot of time. So my goal is to buy a house, but I want one with no mold. And I want it to have enough room to fit my whole family. And I'm kind of cheap, so I want it to be under $300,001. I mean, that's all I got approved for. And to finally fulfill my destiny of being an owner. I had to look for houses quick. Even if that meant driving up and down my neighborhood looking for sale signs and contacting every single realtor I know, which is zero because I have no social connections. I also looked on Zillow, which had a lot of good options, but I was seeing houses like this that were pretty awful. This one's under contract already. I'm living in a dystopian world. I'm on my independent girl boss arc, so I've been scouring Zillow for hundreds of hours. Because who needs a realtor if I can just get myself to hyperfixate on the singular task and neglect all of my other responsibilities I have to myself and other people. Turns out this method was only useful for like 2 days until my dad got pretty annoyed with me.
Can you clean this mess up?
This is my dad, Ronald, and he will be moving in with me to help with the cost of the house. My dad did everything by the book. He went to college, he got married, he got a job that he's been at for over 25 years, and he's been renting for over
18 years.
18.
Yeah. I'm gonna order something from Taylor Street Pizza. Do you want anything?
No, unless they have chocolate. He didn't seem too bothered by it, but I am. Can't you tell? That's why, to speed up this process, I need to find a realtor. So it's day 40, and I decided to hire a real estate agent to help me with my search, since I'm obviously very incompetent in doing it myself. I mean, I guess that's why there's a whole professional field for this very specific reason. For people like me, you're welcome, real estate industry. You're welcome. I decided to make a Facebook post about looking for one, and 250 people responded to that. Apparently there's a lot of real estate agents in my area. Well, I just picked the first person I saw, and that was Brandon. On day 39 and 38, I conversed with Brandon about what we were looking for, and he informed me that our price range of $301 was the most competitive price range on the market. All the houses in this range were getting sold within a few days of being listed. This was not gonna be easy. Make sure you watch the road, because I'm not gonna be watching the road while talking. So we're on our way to the first house that we're seeing, because we're seeing Tress today, 3. Very exciting stuff. I just hope that we like at least one of the houses today, because all of them are going very quick, so we'll only get an opportunity to tour it once before we have to make an offer. So we just saw the house, and it's way too small. Honestly, it was probably less than like 1,000 square feet for like 300K. That's not a lot of room. I need at least like this much square feet for the amount of people I have in my family. So therefore, this house is disqualified because it violates rule number 2. Well, that was underwhelming. We arrived in this like picturesque cookie cutter neighborhood, as you guys can see. Everything looked great except for the fact that there was water damage. And if you guys don't know what water damage looks like, here is what it is. This is not the house, okay? Just an example. And water damage typically equals mold. So that violates our rule number 1 of no mold. There was actually another problem, and it wasn't with the house, but rather this weird makeshift downtown. It looks like the developers tried making a main square for just this small neighborhood alone. This is kind of spooky. But instead made a ghost town because there was nobody here. They also had this constant elevator music playing on a loop. I couldn't find where it was coming from. This is the weirdest suburb I've ever been in. To make it even more dystopian, all of the businesses were called hometown. Like they needed to reiterate how at home you should feel here. We left quickly short after. Boba break! Sometimes all you need is a lot of caffeine and a lot of sugar to get you through stuff like this. Jay isn't with us anymore. He's not dead, he just went back to work. So I'm gonna see the third house all by myself. Welcome to Plainfield, Illinois, y'all. Home of... what is this place known for? Eddie Gardner, the pilot credited with establishing the transcontinental air mail routes for the United States Postal Service. This is the city that you can blame for those terrifying Amazon drones. But say what you want about this city because the houses here are nice. The one I was looking at was in downtown. And honestly guys, it checked off everything on the list. No mold, more room, and under $301, but it still felt like something was missing. So I just got back from seeing the third house and I sent the pictures to my dad and he said,
I think you should put an offer down to that quickly. Yes.
I had a lot to think about. This was a big decision. I needed a second opinion, so I asked my family what they thought, and they all agreed that it was a good idea. But why did it still feel so wrong? So I decided to ignore my gut feeling and put an offer in today. So we just signed the contract to send an offer into the house. And I kind of noticed something weird while looking at its history. This house was bought in March. It's May. So someone bought this house 2 months ago and put it back on the market. I took a closer look of the pictures of the house and I finally realized why I felt so weird about it. It's a flipper. Now, if you don't know what a flipper is, that's okay. Not a lot of people do. Just be prepared to be educated. So a flipper is someone that will buy a cheap house, renovate it, and sell it for a higher profit than the original cost. Now, this in theory is fine, right? There's plenty of houses on the market, but there are many flippers out there that will only upgrade the house cosmetically. Oh, no! So that means they'll put in a brand new flooring, but they won't replace the ancient pipes underneath that end up flooding that new flooring anyways. They just typically won't fix up things that need actual work. So what are some signs of a flipper? Gray flooring, black faucets, painted brick, basically anything that screams modern farmhouse. I was devastated though. I couldn't believe that I almost fell for it. I shouldn't have questioned myself and done what everyone else wanted me to do. Never again. The house that I buy will be the one I truly want, not what I think others want. It was time to go into Plan B. Good morning, y'all. It's a beautiful day 34. I am putting into effect Plan B today. And if you don't know what it is, I am basically looking for anything that can act as a house. I would literally take the hot dog stand from South Park if I could. I started to doom scroll Zillow, but then I found exactly what I was looking for. It's a church. Well, it was a church. Now it's a house. I immediately called Brandon and asked if we can see the house today. 5 o'clock? Okay. Sick. We're on our way to see this church house. I have my dad with me. I have my sister Michaela. And then back for his second appearance, we have JJ.
What are our thoughts on it? I want to see where I'm going to sit.
Because this house is super big. It's over 4,400 square feet. So a lot of room.
I keep catching Michaela just staring at the
What do you mean you can't be recording? You guys, it's not awkward. Apologies for my sister, guys. always camera shy. We got our Dunkin', put it on the
And you never got
camera.
me a spray that got like right.
They didn't have spray at Dunkin'.
When did we go to the gas?
Oh yeah, we just drove right by it. So we ended up making it alive to the church, and we met the realtor there to give us a tour. And guys, I'm not over exaggerating when I say this is the most beautiful house that I've seen in my entire life. It had 15-foot tall stained glass windows that were over 125 years old, and cathedral high ceilings that had a crazy amount of echo in them. We were just running around exploring all the secret hallways and rooms that this place had, while admiring its grand beauty. Majority of the windows in this house were stained glass, and they were basically in every single bedroom and stairway. It's hard to capture it on camera, but these colors were just bouncing off the room like crazy. This is the choir room, which is by far my favorite, and it faces the sanctuary, which I think is so cool. And yes, this place is called the Sanctuary. How much cooler can this house get? We didn't get the church. Hello. I felt like I lived 1,000 different lives in 1,000 different houses. This was supposed to be the end of the video. We buy the church and me and my family live happily ever after. Well, that was the ending that I had planned. Look, I even put it in the script. This was supposed to happen. Oftentimes, life doesn't go the way we want, so don't think I'm giving up just yet. I still have 30 days to buy the cheapest house in the richest city. So I hope you'll join me in the next video to do it, because 30 days from now, I'll be an owner.